Hello, welcome to Scrap Time. My name is Christine, and in this video I'm going to be giving you a tour of my craft room. Now, I've been working on this for months, getting it ready. You might have seen I've posted 5 videos on how I got to this point. Now, as I mentioned before in one of my previous videos, this is not only my craft room, but it is our living room and our dining room and the cat's playroom. So I really needed a home for all my things. So I'm excited now to finally show you. So we're going to start over at the bookcase. Now, this bookcase used to be on the other side of the craft room, but because I was able to purge out a unit, I was able to put it here, opening up the wall on the other side of the room. Now, up here, I've got some books that are empty, I haven't used, but I didn't want to get rid of them. I know eventually I'll use them. They didn't take up much space. Beside it, these are boxes of cards that I've actually completed. And I just bring it down. And so what I do, I have one here, the other one is filled, or I have a few here, is once I get a bunch of cards, I actually put them in little bundles of 6, and then I have them ready for gifts. I use them for teacher's gifts, hostess gifts, birthday gifts. You can see I have little piles of cards there. These other cards too I'll use for like notes for Gemma's teachers and stuff. Down here I have some notebooks I use. Here I've got my distress inks, my little minis, and then some wet ones. Here are some of my Tim Holtz stamps, and this stuff here are products I'm working on for future episodes of Scrap Time. Then here I've got my Derwent pencils, art sticks, my Kuretake paints, alcohol inks, markers, pencil crayons, and my little spinner. I have some embellishments, my die cutting machine, and some extra paper towels. And then, as I mentioned in one of the videos, I was able to put my scan and cut on the bottom layer there, freeing up counter space. As we move along here, I just have some of my scan and cut mats, envelopes, and other little things that slid in nicely there. So since I was able to free up my counter space, I now was able to put Gemma's record player down here so we could use it more often. And I displayed my purses that I use. I have my printer and a computer. So let's check out what's in some of these drawers. I labeled all my drawers. So here I have foiling. So it's some different things for doing foiling projects. This was my smaller foiling pieces and some of my inks. These inks are inks I don't use as often. There's some paints I still want to hold on to them, but I didn't need them right at my fingertips. I've got a couple drawers of Copic markers. That's my airbrush unit in there as well, and my markers. Here I have my little die cutting machine and some of the Sizzix dies and mats. This is all my light box stuff. And I still have some punches I've held on to over many years. Down here I have some tablecloths and photo printers. And then here are some office supplies. Now, because this is a multi-use thing, we also have all our TV and our TV stuff, gaming, and DVDs. I have one thing down here with sewing supplies. And then here I have my cards and my envelopes. And then my trimmer. And then this is business stuff. So that brings us all the way around here to my big unit. So I usually sit here, so I have all these things right at my fingertips. They're right behind me, I can easily grab stuff. So these cards are some that I'm working on, or I was testing, or I can do more on. Little pieces I just sort of throw in there. I have a little box of embellishments, and then my collage papers. I put it down into a box so I can easily just pull them out and find what I want. I was able to put all my distress inks in a drawer. I sort of piled them by color and then I just pull out piles. This is one drawer of my stamps, different clear stamps I have here. Then these two drawers are demo items. So these are items I have that I'm going to be featuring in some upcoming Scrap Time episodes, things to pull out and work on. And then I have put my tools in a couple boxes behind this drawer. I like to use these drawers because I find it hides all the mess and makes it look neater. Down here, I have some knitting supplies and crochet supplies. I like to do that from time to time. These are some of my dies. I think this is actually all the rest of my thin rule dies, the thin metal ones. I have a bin of foam stamps. Then these are some of my other stamps, my wood blocks and background stamps. These are some of the other inks I use. I've got my pan pastel, some calligraphy supplies. That's not calligraphy, but pens. And then my embossing powders and glitters. Over here I have some little paper pads and what I have left of my ribbon. And foam and tools for using with my pan pastels. These are my different printing plates, my stamp carving tools, and a couple other little odds and ends. Here I have all my texture tools, different watercolors, what I have left of my washi tape, all my alcohol inks, and then I do a bit of beading, so I put all my beads behind this drawer. I left one bin, and it has some aprons and adhesives and stuff in there. I put some of my inspiration books here. Then we have some records, and I have my laminator. And then up here I have some of the paper I have left. This is all the paper I have left in the studio. So this used to be the corner that held the bookcase, and now I was able to just put my little rolly cart in here, and then I can move it out whenever I need. And I showed you this in one of the previous videos, so I've got my paints on top. I have some more paints and my mediums down there with the brushes on the side. Then here is my craft spinner. Again, I did a whole video on the craft spinner, and it's working really well. I had actually done this over a month ago, so I've been using it and it's been working good. And then I have my little 3-tiered unit that again I did a whole video on, and I haven't added too much extra to it. I put my Yudi here and that, but it too has been working well after I purged it. So that's my studio. I've given you the whole tour. You can see I've gotten rid of loads of stuff. I've been using it for a few weeks. Everything's been at my fingertips, easy to use, and I've been really enjoying my space. So I hope you liked it, and I hope I've inspired you. Oh, and everything here pretty much is from IKEA. So if you're wondering where the bookcases are from and the little CD boxes, they're all IKEA. This tiered unit I bought many years ago at Pottery Barn, and this one is from Making Memories, which, as you know, hasn't been around for a while, so it is quite old as well. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.